going to talk about shifting gears on the Quattrocycle and also about the seat adjustment. Let's first talk about the seat adjustment. To adjust a seat on a Quattrocycle, you just undo the quick release lever and then allow it to slide. You get it to where you want, you tighten it back up again. When a chair is tightened, it shouldn't have very much lateral movement, side-to-side movement. It should be very minimal. It should be pretty firm. If it's not, you need to check down below. Look at the white rubber and the black rubber. Let's take a look. So let's take a look at the rubber. You see here that there's a black piece of rubber and there's a white piece of rubber to the right. They should be hugging the rail. If the white piece of rubber is not hugging the rail, that's why it might be going side to side, wobbly. You need to be sure that when you loosen it and you move it along the rail, be sure to push it down firm and then lock it up. If we turn around to the other side, we see it's the same. It has a black rubber piece, a little bit hard for me to get to the angle. It also has a white rubber piece. They should both be hugging the rail. Hi, let's talk about shifting gears. The Quattrocycle has what's called an internal hub gear. All internal hub gears are the same. You want to shift gears when you're not pedaling. It's different than the derailleurs that we used up. In other words, on most bikes you see the gears exposed. On these the gears are on the inside. It's different. So when I want to shift gears, I just shift it when I'm at rest. I'm not putting any pressure on the pedals. You can shift between all the gears this way. So while you're pedaling, you're going up a hill, you're in first gear. When you get on flat ground, stop, put into another gear, and start pedaling again. Get up to the top of the hill, start coming down the hill, then you stop for a second, just briefly. You're pedaling, briefly stop, go into gear, and then keep pedaling. It should be a smooth motion. It shouldn't take any effort at all, really. I mean, a moderate effort. It's easier to go down the gears, a little bit more effort to go up the gears. But you'll get the hang of it really quick. There shouldn't be any sloppiness. It should just shift right into gear. The key is to not put too much pressure on the pedals. Now the Quattrocycle does have Shimano gears, and they're a little bit more forgiving. That if you forget and you're pedaling while you're shifting, it generally will shift. But it's still a good idea to try to train yourself to do it the right way. That's true with all gear hubs, including Shimano. They'll always shift better if there's no pressure on the pedals. You're pedaling, you relax, then you shift the gears. So here's the shifter cable. If you follow the hand shifter, the black cable comes all the way down, and down here at the bottom, you get down here to the shifter. And there's a couple things to notice here. There's a bubble level, right here, and then here's some nuts that can be adjusted. Okay? So we'll talk about this in a second. So if you look at the bubble level here, you see there's two lines, and there's a little yellow doohickey there that's supposed to be in between the yellow lines. This one's a little bit off. So we're going to adjust it and make it perfect. But first let me show you. So right now we're in second gear. You should always be in second gear when you're doing adjustments. If I pop it into first, the bubble disappears. If I pop it into third, you see the bubble over there to the left. Now let me put it back into second gear. Alright, so there's the bubble. And you need a 10 millimeter wrench. Okay? 10 millimeter wrench to make these adjustments. So we're going to loosen it up a little bit here. So when it's loosened, you can adjust it. So here, see how I'm turning it? It's getting right in the center. That's looking pretty good. Alright? It's right in the center. Now when I had mine initially, I put it right in the center and did it for all the Quattrocycles, but over time the metal will expand in the cable and you'll need to make these minor adjustments. So I've got it on here now. Let me just tighten it a little bit. Yeah, tighten it really good, just a little bit. Alright, there we go. So now we've got it perfectly in the center. and you know that it will be shifting properly. If you have any shifting problems, first look here, be sure the bubble is in the center when you're in second gear, and then go from there. To adjust the seat, you need to use an Allen wrench that's 5 millimeters and a 10 millimeter regular wrench. So what you do is you get the wrench back behind here, and you turn this part. If you want to loosen it, you turn it in a counterclockwise direction, but if you want to tighten it, you turn it in a clockwise direction, like so. That'll make the chair tighter. Always tighten it when the thumb is in the lock position. Don't tighten it when it's loose. Always tighten it. Always tighten it when it's in the lock position. You'll be all right. All right, so here we go. We've got the back seat here. If you got really long legs, you may want to remove the nuts and remove this whole bar so you can slide the chair back further. That way you can still be in the driver's seat and pedal. I mean, this is only for people who are probably like 6'5" or bigger. Remove this bar, you could pull the seat back just a little bit more. Of course, it gives less room back here, but at least that way your legs would be comfortable. Just remove this back bar if you got extremely long legs. Let's take a look at the rear pedals. I've been using the chain for a little while now, and the chain's starting to sag. Let me zoom in for you so you can see. See up along here? It's kind of sagging. If I put some pressure on it, you see it tightens up, but it's got a lot of sag in the chain. Let me show you the bottom part too. Right, so let's take a closer look at the bottom part of the chain. Okay, you see there? It's basically touching the lower metal of the chain guard. So that's not good. As you go down the road, it's going to make a lot of clacking noises, like that. So let's tighten it up. To tighten it up, you need to use a 14 millimeter wrench. Let me show you where we do it. Right over here where the pedals are, back behind the pedals, there are a couple of bolts. Let me see. There we go. A little bit hard for me to focus, but there's a bolt right behind there, and there's the second bolt over here. There's 2 bolts. So you got to get your 14 millimeter wrench in there to loosen it up. Let me loosen it up a little bit. Yeah, but I need to fix it first.
How long do you think that will take?
Probably 15 minutes.
So this is where Anaya is gonna sit and Ryan, and I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here. I want to sit in the front. You sit here, and you guys, and then Debbie sits in the back. I know that. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
All right, so to adjust it, I need to use the hammer to scoot it up along the rail.
Yeah. No, because we always want to come back on. So me and Ryan and Anaya are going to be pedaling.
Like, you guys ride around and come back and we take turns?
No, maybe. So, like, these are the wheels.
That's where you put your feet.
Yeah, I get that. But it's kind of weird because, let me see. There's 7 people on a bike.
That's right, 7 people.
Where'd you even get
How do you
this?
even turn it?
Turn it, you get those, and like, you grab
This is the steering wheel right here.
You you like turn it? That would be sad, that punches. Can I touch?
Yeah, you can touch it. Now let me go put some shoes on, and I'll come out. We'll ride together.
Okay.